Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering issue 8 of Superboy and the final story, The Boy Without a World. Superboy can't touch the ground, not due to any magic or scientific reason. Some villains actually putting some thought into their plan of how to stop Superboy from getting involved have kidnapped a bunch of people, put them in a truck, and if Superboy interacts in a way they notice, they're going to release toxic gas that Superboy can't possibly save them from. Unfortunately, at the end of the story, Superboy saves them from this gas fairly easily. So the threat of all this and why Superboy even goes along with it is utterly destroyed by the ending, where it seems like an easy solution Superboy always had. You gotta work a little harder. It can't just be an annoyance to Superboy that he's hoping to find a different way that doesn't put the people in danger if he can just save them from it from the get-go. Put a little conflict in that. There was some conflict, but it turned out to be fake conflict. This is very similar to a Superman story where I think it was the synthetic kryptonite, I could be wrong there, got into the hands of some criminals, and Superman couldn't get close to them, so he had to find ways of basically just flying around, sabotaging the criminals with his other powers. And that's what Superboy does here. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of that story. This one's a little better because, like, at no point in that story did Superman throw a meteor at the crooks, which is what Superboy does. They should have really just released the gas at that point, because there was no way in hell that meteor found them on their own. He also blinds them with a rainbow, because, you know, rainbows are known for being incredibly bright. I guess they're made of light, but it is creative and just outrageously insane things Superboy does with his superpowers to stop them from committing crimes. And I am here for fun. If you can't tell me a really good story, which they're not going to be able to do in the 50s, for, you know, all the reasons I've gone over multiple times, there's not much character work in these stories. Just give me Superboy being outrageously powerful and some sort of conflict that explains why the story doesn't just end in one page. And, well, they got close to that second part. They failed at the end, but they got close to that second part. What's really funny is Superboy continues to follow this promise. He was made to promise he wouldn't step foot on the Earth when the hostage situation started. He follows this promise for the rest of the story, even after he saves the hostages. By the way, he just uses his freeze breath to freeze the gas, and the cops just save the hostages. It didn't matter. He could save them at any time. I would have respected him more if you would have told me early on that Superboy could do this, but he was finding a way that wouldn't put them in immediate danger in case something went wrong. Like, he knows he can probably freeze it. Maybe he's a little unsure that he can stop the gas without actually doing some damage to any of the hostages. That's a conflict. But no, you went with a conflict that was Superboy's not telling us things, essentially. But other than that, it's a perfectly fine and fun story, especially if you want to see Superboy throw a tornado at some crooks. Okay, that is it from Superboy issue 8, The Boy Without a World. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow. And so flying doesn't exhaust him at all. He could just basically fly all the time if he wanted to. Okay, have a great day.